Hi everybody, this is Alchemist 2, and I'm back again with another book review. Okay, I'll admit it. My fellow classmates, all women, were talking about the 50 Shades of Grey trilogy, and I knew what it was about. Um, to a certain extent, I knew that it was Eros. Um, so I gave into my inquisitive nature, and I decided to read it. Let me tell you, I did not care for it. Now, I know a lot of people are out there probably wondering what the heck is wrong with you. Um, the romantic parts in it, yeah, I admit that I enjoyed that, but the contract obligations, the the rules, the bylaws, why would any intelligent woman willingly sign herself literally up for something like that? I just thought it was ridiculous. And the way it was written, it was very cheaply written. It could have been written so much better. Like Anne Rice, whom I admit I absolutely adore Anne Rice because her style of Eros is much more romantic, and it's more visual, sensual, spiritual, if I can say that. This is not. This is very carnal, and there's a lot of cursing, which is unnecessary, and I think it's very rudimentary, base, and trifling, and I think it's a bunch of tripe. Um, had I been Anastasia Gray of Steel, excuse me, had I been Anastasia Gray, um, if I saw red flags in this sort of relationship, I would get myself out ASAP. If Mr. Gray followed me, well, I would have already changed my name and moved to another state, and nobody would know who I was, except for maybe a few people that have safe words with and all that. If he followed me, he would be in for a world of hurt because at that point in time, I would learn how to shoot a 45 or a Baretta or something else. Because as far as I'm concerned, Christian Grey is just mentally unstable, possibly bipolar. um, he has too many issues. No intelligent woman would want to date a man like this. I'm sorry. I don't know what you people are thinking. I wouldn't. Honestly, I would not date a man like this. This man is emotionally messed up and has issues. I just didn't care for it at all, and I'm sorry I ever picked it up. So that's how I would have wanted it to end, and my book probably would have ended as a more like a murder, revenge thing than anything else. Yeah. Um, I just I don't understand the appeal behind that. It just ugh, it does nothing for me. Kink is whatever floats your boat, baby. I mean, for myself, no thank you. I don't like pain, and I don't see. Well, if for those people out there who do, I don't hold it against you. Okay. I don't. If it's what arouses you and makes your sex life more pleasurable, bravo. But for me, no thanks. And I'm not even going to read the second and the third book because I just I hated the first book. And it was nothing more than a bunch of crap. And as far as true Eros suggestions go, I would stick with Anne Rice because 50 Shades actually reminds me more of the story of O, which I also hated immensely. Well, actually, I hated this even more than the story of O, which was by far the most wretched thing I had ever put in front of my eyes, and I wish I could just burn it out of my brain forever. The only thing that sticks with me with that story is sodomy, sodomy, and more sodomy. It's just, yeah, the part of the fact of the matter that it was written by a French author makes it maybe a wee bit romantic, but it's like 50 Shades because it's more about possession, and I just don't. That does nothing for me. I'm sorry. I'm more intellectually driven. I need a little bit of conversation, a little more action. Thank you very much. Little quote, little Elvis there for you. But actually, it's a little less conversation, a little more action. But for me, it would be a little more conversation. Basically, that's all I have to say about 50 Shades. It's just not my thing. So that's all there is to it.